guys, welcome back to my channel and another video here. Today I have a swatch and review for you of the Orly's Aqua Aura collection. This is their 6-piece spring collection, which they did send to me, so thank you, Orly. I have never been so back and forth about my opinions and perceived initial thoughts of a collection from Orly before now. So this collection really threw me for a loop in a good way. There's only one polish in this collection that I don't like, and that isn't because of formula or finish. It's the color's just not for me. But overall, this is a pretty good collection, and I'm not a spring colors person, yet I love 5 out of the 6 colors. So let's get into this. This collection, like I said, is called the Aqua Aura collection. I don't keep the Orly boxes. I know I keep a lot of boxes back here. I don't keep the Orly 6-piece collection boxes, although sometimes I kind of wish I did, but like, why? I don't need all these boxes. I don't even need all those boxes. But I like the kind of vaporwavy kind of look to this one. Even Rob really liked this. He's into vaporwave stuff. So I think that the branding is pretty cool. And then you can see on the back, we have all 6 of the colors. Obviously, they're also in the box here, and they do look really nice together. Sometimes you get like one outlier where you're like, what is that doing in the collection? I feel like this whole collection looks incredibly cohesive, which Orly's pretty good at because, you know, they do release smaller collections. I feel like the bigger the collection gets, the harder it is for the colors to really look like they all go together. The polishes are $10.50 a piece, so standard Orly prices. There are 3 different finishes in this collection. There's a cream, just one, 3 shimmers, and then 2 that they call flips, which if you watched my monthly haul, I did kind of say, like, aren't these just shimmers? Like, what is the difference? I'm going to talk a little bit about that when we go over, like, my final thoughts and feelings at the end, because they are a little bit distinct from a shimmer. Once I got it on the nail, I realized kind of what was going on there. So we'll talk about that. So before I really start talking your ear off, let's get into the swatch and review portion. I will show you a live swatch on a single finger and then a full hand swatch. And then we will get into a lot of my thoughts and feelings and favorites and impressions at the end. First, we have Morning Dew, which is kind of a seafoamy green with a blue shimmer running through it. I do talk about this a little bit later, but as you can see, the shimmer doesn't really pull through in a very shocking way. It kind of adds dimension to the polish, if nothing else. Once it dries down, as you can see from my swatch photos, at the angle, you can just kind of see it. Then we have Ripple Effect, which is that same finish. They call them flips, by the way. And this is a kind of, what would you call this, cornflower blue? And again, a little bit of shimmer. It's kind of purple this time, but when it dries down, again, it just gives it a little bit more depth, not really anything shocking. However, they are really pretty. I do like these 2 colors. And here it is again from a couple angles. You can see not much shimmer, but it does give you something nice to look at. This is Sea Blossom. This is the only cream in the entire collection, which I like that they threw in a cream, but I like that this wasn't cream heavy. I did 2 coats on this. When I did my full hand swatch, definitely had full coverage. On the second coat of this, you might be able to see a little bit of visible nail line. It's kind of hard to paint your nails directly under a camera, I'm not going to lie to you. But here is the full hand swatch. I will show you some comparisons later on. This is Golden Waves. This is kind of a gold, I feel like it's like a little bit of bronzy orange in there as well. And this shimmer I was really concerned about because I thought it was going to be super streaky. But when it dries down, you don't have any of that Orly metallic shimmer streaks that we're used to. So I feel like they modified their formula or something because these look really nice. Wistful Water Lily is the exact same formula. This is a beautiful pink with that stunning blue shimmer, and this one you can see the shimmer, which is what I love to see in a polish. And then it's like a baby pink with that shocking blue shimmer. It is one of my favorite color combos. I don't know, I keep buying this color combo in different saturations. And as you can see, in 2 coats, a little bit of nail line, but 3 coats will cover that up. And finally, we have my least favorite polish, Sea Spray, which is a white with an orangey red shimmer running through it. In theory, you know, in the bottle, to me, very, very pretty. Just, I don't wear white polish. So again, on 2 coats, just like that pink, a little bit of nail line showing through. Could easily fix that with a blurring base or a 3rd coat because it's just barely there. So what did you guys think of this collection? For me, I tend to brace myself for the beginning of the year releases because I am not a spring girly. I'm not a big pastel kind of person. I don't like a lot of the lighter colors outside of like very specific circumstances. I like really punchy in your face, like vibrant jewel tones and neons. So summer, fall, winter, those kind of get me. But spring, I can usually just kind of like out of sight, out of mind, not a big deal for me. And so when I saw this collection, I was kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I did immediately hone in on the kind of, what would you call that? Like cornflower or periwinkle? Periwinkle? I think it's like more periwinkle bluish purple tone. And then this tealy green. And I right away was like, oh, those will probably be my favorites. And not the case. I mean, I love them both, but I, like I said, was very genuinely surprised by this collection. So I guess we can just kind of go right across the line here. Like I said, so that blue and the green, that would be Morning Dew and Ripple Effect. These are the ones that are called flips. Now in the bottle, I can see the shimmer, and I don't know if but you can kind of see it just a touch. And so I thought it would be kind of like a dainty shimmer on the nail, and it definitely is, but it's not like a super duper punchy shimmer like I'm usually really into, really accustomed to, because I like a shimmer to be like boom in your face. What these shimmers, at least in my opinion, tend to do, or sorry, these flips as they're called by Orly, I feel like that added little bit of shimmer adds some depth to the color where it almost looks like, I have them on the swatch wheel here, it almost just gives it like an elevation above a cream. The light is being really annoying, by the way. It just kind of like on the swatch wheel, you really can't see it, but it does give just a little extra oomph, I feel, to the color, especially at the right angles. Just gives it a little bit extra shine, if you will. So those two weren't what I expected when looking at them in the bottle, but I still did like them. And then we go into the single cream. This is Sea Blossom. And when I saw this, I was like, haven't we already gotten this color from Orly? And so I went to my Orly drawer and I grabbed the two that I thought looked kind of similar. And as you can see, this is just, I think it goes down here, just a touch lighter. This is obviously a breathable shade, but it's Taffy to Be Here, which was from last year, and then Kaleidoscope Eyes. So a little bit similar, but I think, if I know what I'm talking about, maybe, I think this is a little bit cooler. And so if you like these colors, but they didn't look quite right on your skin tone, maybe this one would come in handy. I definitely don't need all 3 of these, but I am glad that it wasn't like a full-on dupe, because you know how OPI is always duping themselves. I hate when brands re-release basically the same shade 90 times and then just rename it, and then they pretend like, what? No, it's different. No, it's not. It's the exact same. I'm glad this wasn't the case. I can very clearly, maybe my light isn't the best for this, but I feel like there are a pretty distinct difference between this and these two. And if I switch sides so you can kind of see, even there, like it's a little bit lighter. So definitely don't need all 3, but they are different. Now we're getting into the 2 that I was actually scared of. These are the ones, well, I guess there's 3. There's 3 shimmers, but the 2 that I instantly was like, oh, I would like those colors if they weren't the types of shimmers I think they are, because sometimes Orly has like 2 types of shimmers. They have shimmers that I love, which are basically shimmer in a plain cream, and then they have like a metallic shimmer that just can be a little bit streaky. If you remember, I think it was 2 years ago, their winter collection, I was just kind of like, maybe not. Like they were all those kind of metallic shimmers that I didn't like. And that's what I thought these two were going to be. This is Wistful Water Lily and Golden Waves. And I've been sick all week. So before I had put these on my nails, I was just playing with them on the swatch wheel. And when I painted them on, I was so delightfully surprised by how not streaky they were. Any streaks that were there when I painted, they all dried down and away, like out. How do you say that? The streaks weren't there when it dried down. I am at a loss for words. My brain isn't working. And this in the bottle, I just kind of was like, it's fine. Like I didn't really care too much about it. And then on the swatch wheel, I was like, oh wait, that color is really, really pretty. So it's like, don't judge a polish by its bottle, okay? The shimmer in it is like this really shocking red. It's really, really pretty. No streaks when it dried down. Looks bad on my skin tone, but it's not gonna stop me from wearing it. I really like it. And then this pink, okay, this is really, if you put a blue shimmer in a pink or a pink shimmer in a blue, I'm here for it. That is such a good color combo. It just looks so cute. I don't know why. And so this one I was like really disappointed because I was like, oh, that's gonna be streaky. Nope, absolutely not. It's so delicate and cute. And I'm gonna look at it on the swatch wheel again. That shimmer is quite strong. And the color of the base, that pink color, is perfect for spring. So as much as I'm not a big spring person. I don't like the colors. I don't like how wet spring is. I don't know. I just don't like spring. However, I will be wearing this for spring because it is so cute. And then of course we have the last shimmer, which I don't like it. I'm sorry. Like this is not, it's got the same formula as the other two shimmers. So this isn't like a condemnation of the formula. This one is called Sea Spray. And if you know me, you know why I don't like this polish. And if you're new here, I hate white nails because I think they look like teeth. I actually have a sticker in my Etsy shop that my little brother drew. And it's a woman with nails that are teeth, basically. And she's like doing a hand pose with a tube of toothpaste, which is like, it's perfect. Yeah, I would say though, I did not swatch this 3 ways in my like hand photos, but on the swatch wheel, I did decide to kind of play around with it. And as you can see, this first one here, that's 2 coats over the swatch wheel, which is a little bit opaque. This one is 1 coat over white, which I think is probably the better way to wear it. This is 1 coat. Oh, wow, I totally missed. This is 1 coat over black, and I don't think that looks good at all. Like, I just feel like over black, it looks kind of like a weird color. So I would say layer this over a white to get like a really stark color if that's what you're looking for. If you don't layer it over a white, it is going to be a little bit sheerer if that's what you're looking for. I'm not looking for any of that, so I won't be wearing this probably ever again. That'll probably go in the D-stash, to be honest. I'm kidding. I love you, Orly. No, I just don't like white. I don't know. But everything else in the collection, love them. So every year it does seem like Orly picks a kind of theme that they kind of do these 4 sub collections for. And I really liked the year they did art as the theme. Like I thought it was really cool. One of my favorite polishes of all times, Elysian Fields, came out of that. I really, really enjoyed that. Plus it made me like more interested in art, I guess, which maybe that wasn't for everybody, but for me, I was just like, oh, I kind of want to learn about this. And then last year, I think it was like either like book or movie kind of trope type things. And now this year we're starting out with Aqua Aura. So I have 2 theories on what this overarching, I don't know how you say that, theme is going to be. Either it's going to be like different vibes because like I said, the box kind of looks vapor wavy and you know, that's a vibe, but I feel like that's too loose. I feel like that's too general. So I'm wondering if they're gonna do maybe like elements, like this is like the water element. Maybe we'll get fire, we'll get like earth. and Air, which for some reason I couldn't think of the last one. And then I had to think about Avatar in my head to remember that. But yeah, actually that would be really cool if they did like a 4 element and elemental kind of thing for each of the themes. I hope that they do like for Earth, that should be fall, right? I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm just assuming that's what it is now. But yeah, so that's how the theming is. And you know, these are very light springy colors. I don't know anybody who like actually goes swimming in the spring. In Michigan, it's too cold to really go do much swimming. And not that it stops people, I guess, but summer's really the like water season. So maybe I'm just totally wrong. Now I'm just rambling. So let's go to the next thing. My favorite polishes in this. So like I said, I always, when I first look at a collection, I decide like, oh, these are probably going to be my favorite. Then I swatch it and play with it, and then I make my final decision. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm not. So this time around, I was like, it's going to probably be the blue followed by the green. And I was 100% wrong. I do like these, but my favorite is the pink followed by the orange. This pink, I'm so excited to wear it again. I mean, I wore it for the swatch, but I had to take it off to swatch other stuff, but I want to wear that. And then as far as the white, you know, it's just not for me. That's just not my cup of tea. But obviously there are people who like and enjoy white polishes, and it has that really fun orangey shimmer in there. So I do love the look in the bottle of white polishes with a strong shimmer. It just not on my nails. And then the cream, like, it fits the collection, but it's one of those where, you know, I could take it or leave it, but I also have a really big collection with like creams in every color. So for me, it's one of those things where I have to set aside my personal bias in that way. And I do think that it is a good color for this collection. Obviously, I didn't need it because I got 2 that are kind of in that same realm that I barely wear. But I do think that overall as a collection, it's good. It's good to have in there, good to have a staple cream, you know. And if you are getting ColorPass, or if you've ever wondered about ColorPass, I was an Orly ColorPass subscriber. I paid for it with my own money. You can go back on my channel. I do have, I think, like just a playlist of Orly ColorPass reviews. But they started sending me PR, and so when my ColorPass subscription ran out, I did not resubscribe. However, if Orly ever did stop sending me PR, I would probably just sign back up for ColorPass because I really like getting their quarterly collections. So if you picked up the Orly Aqua Aura collection, or if you are thinking about picking it up, let me know which shades are your favorite. Like I said, this one really shocked me because first of all, I was like, what is a flip? I feel like I've never heard of that before. And then the shimmers, because usually when they look like this on the back, they're like the metallic shimmers that get really streaky. So maybe these are the metallic shimmers and they really upped their game with the formula. If so, keep it up, Orly, because that's the only finish from Orly where I'm just very much like, even if I like the color, I can't stomach it because they're just so streaky and gooey. But I didn't have any issues with these formulas. They weren't too thick like a lot of the other ones are in that formula. So I think they must have changed something. But yeah, that is going to be it from me. Let me know down below what you thought of this collection. If you have any additional questions that I totally missed, because like I said, I've been sick for the past week, so my brain is kind of foggy. And yeah, let me know if you're gonna pick any of these up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.